Okay, so today my plan here is to make yogurt or dahi in Punjabi. And all you need is warmed up milk. It could be homogenized, it could be 2%, 1%, and you do need a starter. So this starter has a little bit of a history. See how the curds are? They're just beautiful. Oops. There goes some on the counter. Well, we're not going to do a retake. We're just going to keep moving. All right. So I've heated up the milk, and you need a container. It could be metal, plastic, ceramic, but I like this plastic container because it also fits perfectly in my insulated dish here. Yeah. So this dish, I will line with a towel, right? So I will put a towel in here, and I'll also get a plastic bag. So more insulation, the better. So I've got this old plastic bag, and they still come in handy for me because the other container, this plastic container, is going to sit in here once I have the starter in there, as well as the milk. I always forget. I have to do measurements. Oh, I wish I had measured the milk, but I would say it's maybe 6 or 7 cups of boiled milk. All right, we're going to turn this down so you can see my messy counter with the spillage. All right, here we go. So I have the milk. And the milk right now, I think it's probably gone down in temperature since the last time I did it. So I boiled it. I brought it up to a boil, and then I've let it cool on the counter. And some people, what they'll do is they will put cold milk in to kind of even the temperature out, but I don't. So now this milk, I usually test it with my finger. So if I go in here and it's a nice warm bath for a child. So this is coming up to probably 110. So this is a nice temperature. So 109.8 is what it's telling me. So which is perfect. All right. So we're going to take that out. We're going to take the wooden ladle, wooden spoon, take it, and I'm going to measure out. Okay, this is a loaded spoon. 1 spoon and 2 spoons. Again, it's kind of full. So 2 spoons, I think, would be perfect for this amount of milk. Put that aside. And I tried to get it into where the yogurt pieces are. Just pour it in there. Give it a stir. All right, so it's stirred, and hopefully everything's mixed. And I am going to cover it. So if you don't have an insulated container, what you can do is just wrap it up in a nice big towel, but put it in a plastic container. Before you do that, wrap it up in a big towel. And you can put it in the microwave, and the temperature will be fine. In the summer, we have no worries about the temperatures dropping. So why I love this one is because I have a lid that fits it. I've used this so much, I've broken most of it, but hey, it still works for me. So I just close it, and I'm going to put the timer on for 6 hours. It's nice that it will be similar to what we have here. And this starter actually came from the UK. My cousin, I was over at her house, and she gave me this with a meal, and I said, oh my God, I have to take some home. So what I did was I had some Indian food, and I had some of this yogurt for the flight. And then, of course, there was still some left over. And ever since, I have been making yogurt with this starter. And I also have put it in the freezer so that in case something happens to my yogurt, that I do have backup for it, right? And I've done that. I've ruined it once. So in the year and a half that I've had it, I've ruined it once, and I took it back from the freezer. And guess what? It's perfect yogurt, and I've been doing this over again. And it's good to keep a little of the yogurt, just date it and put it in the freezer. And yeah, so good luck. I have also started it with store-bought yogurts, but I find that because they sometimes have preservatives, they're not like this. Like this will just break. There's no little stretches except for the milk yogurt itself, right? So, and it is very nice. It doesn't have a sour taste to it. And I hope you give it a try. So give it a go and see how it goes. You can start it with a Greek yogurt too, as a starter base if you like. And if you can go to an Indian restaurant and ask them if they make their homemade yogurt, if you can have that. And just take a little container with you, or just get them to give it to you in a container. It's worth a try. So if you want homemade yogurt, you can do this. And then if you want Greek yogurt, take this and strain it in a cheesecloth until most of the water has come out, and there's your Greek yogurt. How easy is that? So this yogurt I've made today is with homogenized milk. So homogenized milk, I find, again, the texture, of course, is going to be different. And yeah, so enjoy trying out new things. Until next time.